Ooh, I think it's going to be tough. I actually really like what Chicken Fighters have got this time. I got to witness, of course, the beauty of the Snapfire Wraith King side lane yesterday a couple times. It's insane. -8 armor plus Mortal Strike. Like, it's going to get kills. It's going to be really potent. You're playing into a hero like Brewmaster, very low armor. I'm curious to see how they're going to do. I think that this is a really strong draft that Chicken Fighters, remember, yes, of course, they're not high coast anymore, unfortunately for them. They look good. It's got like everyone's got a stun. I've seen Earth Spirit winning like all the games, and they're already leading. They're running to a 5v5. Let's go.
See who's going to get out on top of this. Here's the snake comes out. Charlie's actually the one getting very, very low. The Inksword's done onto the three of them. Charlie's going to go down. First blood for 5 up. As they'll head for more. See if they can get another one here. 5 up leading the charge. They're on the run.
What the? They tip Supreme. They all tip Supreme. Oh, this is going to be a fun matchup. These two teams very comfortable with each other.
Coordinated moves there. Yeah, we can definitely expect the tip game, the voice lines to be on point here in this one between Team Bold and Chicken Fighters. And Zibek is not actually going to be able to pick that up. Radix will still be able to grab it, despite Zibek's efforts. And now Zibek going to be all right. They've got Pablo coming in from the side, but it should be all right. Should be fine.
Oh, okay. So it's actually, all right. Apologies about that. It's actually a 5 brew. I should have actually seen that. It's 5 brew. Radix is playing that off lane. So same thing, same concept. Very low armor on Void Spirit. Actually, probably worse because he doesn't have the Ring of Protection. Yeah. So yeah, little Shredder and Wraith King. This is going to do some damage. We'll wonder how they're going to do up here because it's called Inkswell, which for the kill, it's always great. Hurts you in the lane to secure those range creeps a little bit.
Oh, let's see. And you do imagine like Zibek. He will go for the build where they max out the little shredder. You think that is just going to be what you do as the support Snapfire every time now with the way it's been built?
I absolutely do. Like look at how much he hits this Void Spirit for. Like boom, each attack just looks so significant, and it just works so great because it helps a lot of times where what I've seen is in this current this current patch is there's limited pushers. If you don't have like Beastmaster or something like that, it can be tough to actually pressure towers. Little Shredder plus skeletons, you've got to push very easily.
And then the other lanes, we're already seeing Chessie having to back out with TP. And how do you sort of rate this lane? Not a lane that we get to see every day, that the Necrophos and Brew duo. Is this a strong one for Team Bold? Is Gorg going to get pretty easy farm down here?
I feel like he should. Yeah, the Brew is kind of just there as like this tank, just to absorb damage. And I actually look at his build, he's got double salve built up on the Brew too. So I feel like Gorg, he should have a great time. He's versus double strength. It feels good. The animation's gotten so much better. So I think, yeah, Chicken Fighters, they're going to have to start pulling creep waves down here or they're going to get almost nothing. Look at mid lane. This is a pretty good matchup for the Medusa. It's not amazing because Lina is so good with that attack range and how Fiery Soul just got an insane buff of 2 seconds per duration. But your snake is so valuable. Every time you connect with that Lina, you get so much back. And you do have decent base damage at the least.
Now we'll see down bottom Chessie now opting to just sort of grab the creep wave round. Doesn't want to necessarily play into the face of this Necrophos.
Yeah, he's just got to.
And top lane, as we have seen, Team Bold have to be careful with how aggressive they play under the tower. I saw just before Radix getting in, but taking hard hits from the little shredder and the tower in combination. Is that any overextension can be punished pretty heavily by Chicken Fighters.
Right now they have a pretty decent lane positioning. It's actually pushing in pretty hard for them. Don't see should be able to get a pull off. But now Pablo steps up a little far. Skeletons plus little shredder.
See Zibek.
Look at this damage.
It is so much. Radix, he's actually going to find the opportunity to turn. He's in with the Remnant and the pulse on to Zibek. Won't be able to continue to chase though. TP coming in as well from Era, so there's backup. And we've got the setup.
Okay.
The Red Fire Blast and the cookie. It's not enough damage though. Radix will be fine.
Oh, and Era TP's up, so they haven't quite spotted that yet, but that means Chessie's going to be alone down bottom. Going to be tough for him whenever that wave does start pushing into the side of Team Bald. And yeah, he's stuck up here for the next few moments, so he might have to actually look to play around mid as well. He's got to do something around this area because of that time wasted.
CS on the bottom lane continues to look very, very nice here for Gorg.
Yeah.
16 for 3. As I
like that he rushed boots.
Yep.
Just a straight wand. It's just very good versus Tidehunter. It's so valuable on Necro. And just straight boots. In case the Earth Spirit comes with anything like this, you can also just bully. This is all looking really good for Team Bold down here.
Oh, super tough lane for Chessie to play into.
Yeah.
As he's sitting very low HP. I see mid lane, a bit of a dive coming onto Excalibur, but TP comes in. Era and Supreme won't be able to push any further in. Salves at the ready. Excalibur's going to be able to stick about.
Oh, he might actually have to... Okay, he doesn't have to stop, but he's going to be really low mana, so they could make a play on him. Supreme will be able to secure the bottom rune, and they also will get the top one onto Era, so he's fully restored up.
And getting some good stacks going there. It looked a bit weird, actually. I thought they were going to get that stack again, but apparently a little too slow on it. Right.
Yeah, was that... He used the stroke, I guess, to stack it, because they're damaged a little bit, it looks like. Guess that must have been it.
Yeah, it's just it looked like he had pulled them all the way out of the camp when the 4-minute hit, but I guess he didn't. Must have just been a little too slow on it. Still, though, trying to prepare these stacks for Excalibur, who is, you know, as you said earlier, is doing a fine time in the lane. Supreme's got a little bit of a lead, but leaner, strong laner. I think you're going to expect that a bit, so Excalibur's not going to be too fussed with what he's finding mid. He's going to be happy. Yeah,
absolutely. And Supreme did go double null, so he's all up. Yeah. That's like, I'm all about the lane. I really want to dominate it, so double null and bottle. Top. Setup.
I'm going to try and make the jump onto Pablo. And they go with a cookie. It's a lot of damage onto Pablo. Pablo popping the Fairy Fire, but the physical damage too much. They will manage to bring down the Grim Stroke. Radix will be fine, though.
Oh, Jibe actually puts a point in the Scatter Blast at 3. So we've seen, you know, every other time that I've seen it so far, it's been 2 points in Shredder. You ignore the Scatter Blast till later on. So a little bit of a difference. I really like the little Shredder build. I think it's something people are really going to start doing a lot of the time. It scales insanely. That level 3 scale up is pretty crazy. Even just the attack range you get. Era is stalking mid, just sapping that experience from Excalibur. He has Earn Charges, which is really nice. He actually got it so early on. So a little bit of extra damage. They might be able to get some extra kills. As top, they're actually bringing the Brewmaster. Gork's like, leave me alone. I'm almost 6 down here. I'm crushing this tide. You guys can start playing a tri-lane.
All right, and I mean, it makes sense. So top, they will miss the initiation there with the Remnant. So won't get the setup for the Inkswell, but yeah, Gorg under no pressure whatsoever when he's been left like this in the 1v1. And
this does mean that Brew is going to be extremely low level.
Sure.
He just moved top. He's level 2. It's going to take him quite a long time to get that 6. But, oh, they actually run into Era. But Supreme is here as well.
Era, look at the setup. 5 up looking pretty dead.
Very dead. Level 2 little Shredder online now at level 4 for Jibe.
Yeah, Gorg now.
And okay, Charlie's... He's just got, since it's it's kind of greedy coming out from T-Bald with the Medusa and with their long cooldown ultimates and stuff like that. It's going to be really hard for Team Bald to ever pressure towers. Charlie's just queuing Radiance. I didn't even see him think about queuing up the Armlet first.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, full greed.
Yeah, that's the standard what we have been seeing. Pretty much Armlet every time, but trying to skip that completely. So if he's able to get away with it, or if the pressure's going to be a little too much earlier for him to try for that straight naked 3800 relic build-up.
It does make it more valuable because he's playing versus Necro as well, too, so the Radiance is always going to be great. Radix going down.
Yeah, this time, no struggle controlling the Void Spirit still whilst he's at this level 5.
Oh, and this is like the skeletons and the little Shredder is just...
yeah.
That's just ridiculous. It really is. They do so much.
Yeah, any sort of stun that allows you to even just a 1 round of attacks from the skeletons is the kill, and the Chicken Fighters, they're not slowing down on this top half of the map.
Oh, Pablo.
They get Supreme involved. They take down both 5-up and Pablo.
And now, the stacks, they're in jeopardy.
Yeah, they are. They'll definitely lose the large camp here. Ancient's a little tougher for the team to take, so Chicken Fighters might not be able to do too much about that one that's been prepared for Excalibur.
Great play from the support so far on the side of Chicken Fighters. Just getting super involved. Jibe, all 5 kills he's involved in. Same thing for Era. Continuing to just apply this pressure here with these earn charges. And yeah, it's tough for Team Bald really to counter, like, punch back. They have a 5 brew. He's pretty under-leveled.
He wants to try for the kill here, but it's not enough damage. Oh, no. Era's away, and he's going to live there. An unfortunate scythe attempt there from Gorg. Didn't do the maths.
Oof. That's got to feel brutal. The first time you leave that bottom lane, now Chessie's able to step forward. He's going to get the lane. Charlie's coming down too. First rotation from Gork, not successful. And look at this ward coverage I'm watching from Chicken Fighters. 4 sentries placed in the enemy triangle.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely understandable against the Medusa. We'll see that again. You know, Gorg, yeah, as you said, he'd already made the move over here, so desperately looking for some action. Tries it here onto Era. I mean, it doesn't, of course, get the initial burst. Overall, Era does fall incredibly low. How low does he end up going? Yeah, 20 HP or so. But he's out alive. Gork won't get the kill, but with the movement up to top, he is now able to put pressure onto the top tier 1 with Radix, as Team Bold should be able to take this tower here pretty early, 9 minutes in.
Yeah, definitely feels pretty grim when you're playing like your safe lane Necro and your first ultimate usage doesn't work out, right? Because your hard carry's playing from the mid lane. You're playing as like this playmaking safe laner, and the first one is not the most successful. As we see Charlie, he doesn't have to rely on anything. He's a Wraith King. He's gonna get his farm crazy fast. And I mean, Lena's just getting so many buffs. I'm a bit worried for Gork. I'll be 100% honest with you. Sure, he's got a hood. He's going for that Yules.
He's tanky.
There's so much magic damage and control that's coming out from the Dire lineup.
Sure, and there's a lot of stuns. There is a silence from the Earth Spirit, so if they are ever able to catch him before he gets the Shroud off, the physical damage from this Wraith King Snapfire, and even the Lina, you know, it is going to tear through him, so he's got to be careful early on in this game. It's not easy for him.
And Necro is still, sure, you've gotten buffs. You're a little bit speedier. You're a pretty immobile hero. You're slow. Snapfire ult overall in the game just devastates you at all stages.
In the mid. Getting the opening onto Radix. Supreme with the follow-up. Laguna's up. Oh, but the stick charges and the dissimulate. Radix, he's out to the side and he's away. Radix will live.
You have the gratitude of the void.
Team Bald has to just play Oz and Air. Oz a unit here right now around the Medusa, who does have Dragonlance stun, so decent timing, but their Brew, as we said, he needs recovery time. He had to go top. He left the bottom lane completely, no pull, so he's level 4, trying to get his level so that he can actually do something in the fights, because right now he's going to be pretty useless, as most other heroes are starting to get those level 6.
Oh, and Charlie actually able to step in and take Gorg's courier that was hovering around the secret shop, I believe, waiting for the Void Stone purchase, so a little bit of a setback there for Gorg. As that is the recipe of the Yules out for a minute and a half or so.
Still getting decent farm. Excalibur still hasn't died. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm seeing. He's able to just continue getting this solid farm.
Error. He's able to find the jump. Gorg trying to clean up the middle lane, but as you say, they've got the damage. The tips coming out in full force there from Chicken Fighters.
I mean, I don't know how you actually play versus Snapfire as Necro. It sounds horrible all game. Unless you have like the Void Spirit always, or the Brewmaster getting into the backline and stopping that ult, I feel like Necro just dies to kisses in every single situation. One stun, and you're just dead.
Sure, like how do you push a lane out? Because I feel like that's what Gorg wants to be doing, right? He's trying to open up the map, take the focus away from Excalibur's Medusa, but it's very hard to do so in a way that doesn't leave him very vulnerable to Chicken Fighters getting the kill.
Yep. See what they're doing. Okay, they got the Bruce 6. Supreme is very far forward at the moment. Let's see if they can catch him.
They got the combo here, jumping in with the Inkswell stun. They're straining onto Supreme. They'll bring him down. Nice. That's the Lina gone now. They'll try and move over with the Primal Split towards Era. Era is pretty tanky here as the Spirits. He's going to be able to roll his way back out. Another stun comes in from 5 up. They've got him. 2 down on Chicken Fighters as Team Bold make the moves.
Pretty good. They're actually going to... I don't think they should go for this one. Chessie is very tanky, but let's see.
They got the damage. They do have the scythe available if they can get him low enough. Gorg's looking for it. He's able to get it in time. Stops the Ravage and gets the kill as Gorg slams down the scythe, and he's leading them forward towards Zibe as well. They're going to have any catch here? No, they don't want to dive any further. But smooth moves, and this time Gorg finds the kill.
I cannot actually believe they ticked him over. He had 10 stick charges, but he was dead either way. Just all that... everything being thrown at him. I'm surprised how much it did, but it wasn't enough to push him over. He held the Ravage for a second longer, so they will have it when he does respawn, but a nice hit, Team Bald. As soon as they get that 5 on Brew, they get some big action going.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, you know, they were having to sort of have this time and space for 5 up to catch up on the levels, and even though it comes a little later than your usual Brew, level 6, still having fantastic impact with the first play.
Yeah, no downtime. Immediately after they didn't get the tower, which, I mean, kind of unfortunate because that's the main goal of making that type of play. But they back up, they stack Ancients. There's no downtime. Excalibur is going to be able to keep farming, getting his item timings at a pretty solid time. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for them at the moment. Charlie is having this free time, of course. He does have that relic. He'll have that Radiance at a very good time, but...
And I feel like we do see sort of Wraith King against Dusa quite a few times now. I mean, how do you feel it usually tends to fare as the game goes on?
Because what we saw it yesterday even too, right? The Wraith King overall dominated, but that was the Medusa that had no space on the map whatsoever. This one, Medusa has a lot of space, so it's a good matchup. It can definitely be a good matchup of what he's up against. There's just a lot of stuns, and there's some ways of moving the positioning. It's like Earth Spirit, I feel like can do some fun stuff versus Medusa, where you think you're in a really defensive spot, it can change things very quickly, and that's where Wraith King can actually thrive. But this is really good right now for Team Bald. If they just keep this up, they get like 1 or 2 more items on the Medusa, they can force a fight around Roche, and then they have this overwhelming team fight with Brew Split, with Stone Gaze and everything. Might be tough for Chicken Fighters to actually contest it.
And also that game we did see with the Wraith King against Medusa was a situation where we had the Medusa going for Manta and BKB as the first 2 items. Do you think we're going to see that here from Excalibur, or he's not going to get BKB seconds? No.
No, definitely not.
Are you thinking of Manta Skadi, or what sounds good this game for him?
Under attack.
Yeah, I think Manta Scotty looks fine. He does want to tank up. There is so much like damage and control. I don't know if he does want to actually, if he needs to actually go for just a good damage item in between. I think he can just go survivability. That sounds fine.
Yeah. Now 4 to 6 here, 15 minutes. Rather low kill game, but definitely something that both carries are going to be happy with. As you say, you know, the straight Radiance Rush on the Wraith King and Excalibur on the Medusa. Both very happy to spend time hitting the creeps.
These next fights that are going to kick off could immediately lead to a Roche. Like, whoever wins the next fight, Roche is going to die so quickly. Sure, the Radiant Draft doesn't kill it as fast. They're going to have to kill it, like, whittle it slowly with that Medusa and stuff like that, but dire. If Chicken Fighters wins a fight, they've got Medallion, they've got the Little Shredder, they've got the Gush, and they've got the Wraith King. This Roche will die so quick, so probably the next big area that we're going to be looking at, seeing who sets up what, and who gets a big initiation. A lot of it is going to be watching Era in particular to see how he gets these big silences off versus either the Void Spirit and Brew. But Team Bald, they're actually looking to get aggressive.
Oh, they're going to find Zibe. Straight away, no hesitation from Radix as he jumps in onto the Snapfire. Zibe is still alive here. The Phantom's Embrace is on him. It will be enough damage to finish him off. Gorg getting focused. Ravage comes out. Gorg was able to get the Shroud off in time. Stun for the Light Strike comes crashing down onto Gorg. Era's in with the stun control. Gorg still alive though. Another heal comes out, but the kisses are coming in from the side. They've got to run Team Bald, and they can't. 3 dead, and now with the split still up, 5 up's trying to escape, but they'll find him as well with the chase.
That actually worked out perfect for them. That's right outside the Roche, and Charlie just GG's. All right, Charlie. They were split. Excalibur went left side. His team went right side. They took a bit too long to kill that snap. The buyback comes in toward the end, but the fight was over. Chassis got a beautiful wraparound and just devastated the fight with that Ravage.
Yeah, that was always going to be a bit of a risky move, trying to commit into the high ground. Now, Snap, one of the tankier heroes as a support. Just takes a little too long to kill. Perfect silence as Era just sets up the turnaround. Chessie comes in from an angle that they're not quite prepared for, and as we're seeing, Gorg as this Necrophos, he isn't unkillable. They can bring him down.
Angle of approach just seemed forced. The way they're walking up that high ground. This is like the death situation, the death spot. It's just a trap usually. Excalibur went the right way, but the rest of his team gets caught. Nice Manta dodge.
C5 was actually trying to walk back in on that, but again, they've got to be careful, Team Bald, how they approach these fights from the low ground.
And just like that, so much changes, though. Like we were mentioning, the Roche is going to be that big one, and it literally just gets handed to Chicken Fighters because it's right outside where they take the fight. 50 seconds until Ravage is going to be back online. They're probably still looking to be active. But Supreme is a little bit low on mana, though, so he can't actually meet with his team over there on the left. So maybe just chilling out a little.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How's the farm looking on Excalibur? Manta and Aghanim's coming out as the next item, folks. What do you reckon about this one?
I don't know, actually. That's a little weird. Pablo, the Shredder. He's dead. The Aghanims, okay.
All right.
I guess they'll be stoned a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
If he takes the 20 talent with the snake cooldown too, which I was checking
There's some good
after
talents.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Apparently the snake cooldown talent actually has better win rate than the stone gaze across the board when I was checking out. So, hey. Maybe it's going to work, and maybe also with the combo of with your cold-blooded, maybe he'll look for something like that. There's, what, 1, 2, 3 targeted spells. Maybe looking for something like that too.
Oh, C5 up. He's getting jumped here by Zibe, and Era Silence comes in. There's going to be the backup from Radix, trying to buy time for the ult to come out, but he's going to get taken down by the Gush. Soulbind setting up onto the two of them, but there's 4 heroes here of Chicken Fighters, and Chessie's going to drop the Ravage, secure the kill here onto Radix, making sure that there's no chance for Team Bold to fight back into this.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Chicken Fighter's just getting the better positioning and just much more ready for the fights. Team Bald's starting to fall apart a little bit here. Gork still decently farmed, but as we said, he can't act as your Necrophos that usually is like on the front line. You can't kill me or anything. That he dies. He'll die in no time. So all these heroes are just super easy to kill now. There's just so much control and so much damage that Chicken Fighters have to work with. And the front line is just, it's really lackluster for Team Bald at this point. Your Medusa is your front line, but she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to be into these fights. She wants to still farm more.
Yeah, Excalibur wants to at least have this Ags done.
Ideally, I'm not sure what the
Ags
Ags is going to do, though. Like, I'm really thinking, like, that's going to be damage problems for them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's going to be what, maybe a little bit annoying to push into.
Yeah.
But as you said, you're just going to get momentarily stoned and then probably carry on with whatever you were doing before.
Yeah, and they also can just itemize. Like, Supreme already has BKB. So he doesn't even have to really worry about that as much. Maybe it's something people are doing in pubs and stuff that I haven't gotten to see. I didn't get to see that much Medusas in pubs. I saw a few, but I saw just a lot of just normal builds. They're just Manta Dragonlance +1. I didn't see the Aghanims that I remember.
No, I mean, so it was one of the things that did get buffed in 7.29. You know, now that
it did.
The initial base duration of the stone with the first hit of the snake is 1.5 rather than 1. Scale's a little less, but obviously having that much of a jump up on the initial one is definitely a buff overall.
Didn't she get nerfed slightly in the last patch in 0.2b? I think she lost some int. I think she lost like 0.2 or 0.3 int overall.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what sort of magic Steve's able to pull out on this.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's got a plan. I'd say a little different to the Medusas you may have been seeing in the other games. As you said, maybe in pubs this is something that's coming into popularity.
Hey, he's really got his work cut out for him this game, though. Like, Gork, as we said, he's fully countered. Radix has had no game pretty much at all in this Void Spirit. So it's really going to be Excalibur versus the world. And I don't know, I'm not really feeling that this Aghanim is going to be the game changer, but perhaps I'm wrong.
So let's see. Let's see what sort of impact it has in the fight. It's time for the high ground offense begins. Soulbind's out. They get the silence sound of the two of them. Gork trying to step in.
The double Yules.
Not too much else to combo with the Soulbind, unfortunately.
Okay, there's the first snake. It's annoying. And they just will get reclaimed. So Chicken Fighters probably happy with what they've done here, forced everybody back to base. They've got a Solar Crest now finished up on their 5 Snapfire. Looking good. Team Ball trying to smoke out, trying to surprise. They can still insta-kill a hero if they get the full combination. The Lena's still going to be a bit tough because she has the BKB, but a lot of other ones they could still pop. And it really feels like they need to remove a hero for them to have a chance in the fights.
They're going to try and set things up onto Lena, but Ravage is available. Chessie's going to pop it immediately, catching the 4 of them. They turn, they burst down Radix. Radix is gone. Pablo having a run. Gork looking for a target, but the BKB's up on Supreme. Excalibur pops the Stone Gaze, but Chicken Fighters, they're able to kite it out. Wait out at the side. Buyback will come out from Radix. Chessie continuing to chase down Pablo with the Anchor Smash and the Gush, but the Stone actually holding him back long enough to keep him in range of Gork to get the size down, but Chessie is still alive. Radix trying to finish him off, but he is so big and tanky here. Chessie finally gets burst down. They'll bring him down. Can they find anything more, though, Team Bold? Azera crashes into the middle of them all, gets the silence down on the 3 of them. The damage coming out to Radix. Radix has got to be carefully brought back for this. As multiple buybacks continue to come out from Team Bold. As 5 up and Pablo both buyback, trying to keep Gork and Excalibur safe, but Excalibur, he's out of mana. Charlie focusing him down. Excalibur will fall. Charlie still alive, finally drops. As Gork, can he take down Charlie a second time? He's got the Ghost Shroud. Pablo, Soulbind control out to the 2 of them. He's going to head over towards the Lena. Supreme still with the BKB on cooldown for 15 seconds, but 5 ups down a second time. Gork getting taken apart here by Charlie's damage. Pablo will fall as the buybacks aren't enough for Team Bold to turn it around as they use 3 buybacks for that fight. Still ends up being a team wipe, effectively losing 8 lives in that team fight.
And they don't kill the two big heroes. They don't kill the Lina or the Wraith King, the two most important. Sure, they get the Tidehunter, but Chessie's like, whatever, I've already committed Ravage. I've done all my damage. I ate a Reaper Scythe and didn't die from it. This is just, yeah. Great fights from Chicken Fighters. Era with a beautiful reinitiation. 4-man silence with the Magnetize, with his 2 cores still alive. Now they get a Rax. Those 3 buybacks were not sufficient.
And they'll get at least a Rax. Tier 2's being pushed down by the creeps in both other lanes.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
These Lina buffs are actually pretty significant. You're feeling the duration of that Fiery Soul for sure. He's always 3-stacked.
Has fallen.
That's looking great. 9-1-6 and Supreme Lina, something he was very comfortable on before, of course.
And into Necrophos. It
Yeah.
just feels even better that he was able to get one of his absolute signature heroes into a counter matchup. Like, he can just play it so easily. And there's not that much control for him, as we've been seeing. You know, Radix, he's really struggling. He just gets popped at the start of the fights, and that's pretty much it. They don't really have any other ways to do much. And I'm definitely seeing, you know, sure, these Mystic Snakes are annoying, but I was feeling some missing damage on my Medusa in that last fight.
You would have been happier if it was the Skadi rather than the Aghanims coming out next.
Yeah, it would have been probably more annoying, but hey, maybe I'm totally wrong. But
See Radix,
Era?
the jump on Era. They've got enough damage to take down. They do. They'll drop the scythe. They'll bring him down. But Chessie's in with the Ravage. Catching the 3 of them. The kisses coming in from the side. Gorg turns over towards Supreme, but Supreme pops the BKB. Takes down 5 up before he can get the ultimate off. They're trying to keep Gorg alive. Another Inkswell stun comes out, but Era, he's able to wait for it to pass over. Gets in with the roll. They take down Radix, moving in for more. Excalibur's been isolated, surrounded by the entirety of Chicken Fighters. Excalibur will slowly but surely fall. Triple kill for Supreme. As there's still, of course, no buybacks left on Team Bold's heroes. Chicken Fighters can move straight down the middle lane and they'll
GG.
tap out. GG is called as Chicken Fighters will take this game 1 as it all just becomes a little too much for Team Bold.
yeah, it becomes too much, and I'm really liking when the team has 5 stuns, 5 different ways
Yeah.
to control heroes and